Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, I was having some trouble going live for some reason. I had to relog in everything. Thank God I have some common knowledge about how these things work, that I can kind of figure it out on the go. But I want to talk about a few things tonight. This is my Sunday night live. I need to make a name for it. Maybe we could play some music while y'all get in here. I might bring that back. The B Tatum show sound pretty good. I might bring that back. I'm gonna let a few of y'all get in here, then I'm gonna give my review on this Kanye West album. B Tatum show. It's the B Tatum show. It's the B Tatum. It's the B Tatum show. It's the B Tatum. All right, I think y'all have y'all heard enough yet? No, you haven't. It's the B Tatum show. It's the B Tatum. It's the B Tatum show. It's the B Tatum. All right, welcome everybody. It's a whole bunch of stuff that I'm gonna get to. If you just now joining, my attempt and what I'm gonna try to commit to is going live every night, 8 p.m. on Sunday night, so we can have these conversations and talk about all kinds of stuff. Trying to find this Kanye West album because I want to just talk about it just a little bit, and obviously I'm not going to get copywritten, so I'm going to play a song. I'm just going to play a little piece of it. I can't play the whole song, so let me hook Bluetooth to my little stuff, and then we're going to go from there. But I want to make some comments about it, right? I don't know if you guys, some of y'all probably don't even care nothing about Kanye West. I share that sentiment with you. I could care less about Kanye West. I mean, I'm not opposed to him. I'm not in favor of him. I don't like the character of men like Kanye West. I don't like his character. I don't hate him as a person. I think he's probably a creative genius. But I do not like the character of unstable men who their pain and suffering is matriculated down onto people they marry, people they like, their fans. Everybody else have to deal with your struggles because you don't know how to get your stuff together as a man. Why do I say that about Ye? Because I feel like Ye is just everywhere. One minute he's tweeting bad about his wife, then he get a divorce. One minute he loves Trump, then he loves Colin Kaepernick, then he go turn himself into rehab because he lost his mind. I mean, I'm for alpha male behavior. So I'm not a fan of Kanye West. Growing up, I never listened to Kanye West music growing up, ever. Like I could, of course his popular songs would play on the radio, but you would never catch me listening to nothing that Kanye West does. I do not think Kanye West is a legitimate rapper in my category of rappers. He could be a legitimate artist. He put together songs, whatever the case may be. He ain't no rapper in my book. Especially when I got saved, I would never listen to Kanye West. However, I find it important for me to comment about Kanye West's new album. Let me just give you the Reader Digest version or just my take on it real quickly. I think the album was not that good. I'm going to be honest. Like, I tried to listen to the whole album. I have, make sure this thing work. I have the Pandora. And so when people drop the album, they drop it on Pandora. I pay a monthly fee, so I have an opportunity to listen to it. But I thought the album was trash. To be honest, I mean, I wouldn't listen to nothing on there. I tried to listen to every single song except one song. I have to say one song I think was a great song. The rest of it wasn't that good. I would never listen to it again. But before I tell you what song that is and before I play a little bit of the song, I'm going to talk real quick about the pros and cons that I see. Because, of course, I have an opinion, but I'm going to give credit where credit is due. First of all, I feel like that I think it's interesting that he interjected a lot of God in the album, right? Some of his songs were praise God and Jesus is Lord. And I mean, he would go through and interject Christ into his music. I think it's interesting. I also think that's a gift and a curse, because I think it's a curse in a way is that you're interjecting kind of a false reality of Christ, meaning a lukewarm, watered down, you can do whatever you want to do and still call yourself a Christian type of Christ. You can have people that talk about killing and stealing and robbing and hitting women on the weekend, and then they singing about Jesus saves me on one of his songs. So I really don't think it matches well. You know, I don't really particularly think the baby is a Christian. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really see that. So I think it's a gift and a curse. I mean, maybe it could plant a seed in somebody who would normally hear about Christ. Maybe it'll plant a seed in somebody who are on the fence about Christ. Maybe. I don't know. But I think it's creative. I think some of the things that he said was creative. I think you could see his creative mind in his music. It had 27 songs on it or something like that. So I think he put some time into it. But overall, nah, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. This song right here, and I can't play a lot of it because I'm pretty sure Ye will ban you if you play too much of his songs. This song right here, I think, was one that captured me. It captured my thoughts because he was actually rapping about like a storytelling. And that's my favorite raps, is telling a story. And he told a story, although at the very end, he spoke about, I forget the guy's name, Larry Hoover. He had Larry Hoover Jr. give a statement about why his dad should be free. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. But I'm going to play a little bit of the song so you guys can kind of get a gist of one of the ones that I like the most. So it's called Jesus Lord. Let's see. Can y'all hear that? This is the problem with a lot of his songs, is that they just drag on too long, man. I didn't get right into it. You know, it's so much stuff going on that sometimes it's hard to even listen to it. I might fast forward it. I don't remember it being this way. Hold on. Let me let it juice up a little bit, because that sound right there is going to make me fall out my chair. All right, here we go.
Tell me if you know someone that needs.
So I like that. I like the beat.
Now we've been through a lot of things. Tell me if you know someone that needs.
See, this is remind me of the Tupac song "Dear Mama." It had a subject matter to it, and he related to a topic that's invaluable in this country to hear, the story, the life, the feelings, the emotions, single moms, and all of that. I'm gonna put a little bit more in there.
Tell me if you know someone that needs.
Yeah, it's a long intro. I thought the whole song was like this, but it wasn't.
Sitting by myself, I'm just thinking about all I've been through. I wish I was dreaming. Man, it's hard to be an angel when you're surrounded by demons. I watch so many people leave. I see them changed by the season. That's mama's seasoning. God got you. The devil's watching. He just peeking in. I know I made a... And it says no cuss words. People cursed, but he blocked the curse words out. So I kind of like that. I'm going to let it play a little bit because obviously, y'all, I can't play the whole thing. They're probably going to take my video down with just that much. But I'll put a little bit more in there so you can kind of hear the gist of this song. And why they introduce a party, they say it's up there. Too many pills, so much potion, so much pain, too many emotions. And everything that you do good, it just go unnoticed. Did they tell you that you good and just stay focused? Mama, you was the life of the party. I swear you brought life to the party. When you lost your life, it took the life out the party. That woman rode with me like a Harley. Visions of my cousin in the cell really scarred me. Moving to the hood was like signing up for the army. Cause they been killing just watching Barney. You want dreams to come true?
See, I like that. I like that. I mean, some of y'all can get that. I like that. Somebody said they like cussing. Well, that ain't the song you want to listen to. Somebody said he got owned by Kim. But I like that song. I'm gonna play a little bit. Because I'm letting it play on the phone. I'll play a little bit more of it.
Talk to Christ, and I bring my mother back to life. And if I die tonight, will I see her in the afterlife? But back to reality, where everything is a tragedy. You better have a strategy, or you could be a statistic. Little boy dies, he just wanted a mystic. And mama steady crying, cause she really the victim. Now she's getting high, and she's getting addicted. And the older boy just stuck with the picture, painted vivid. it. That's a family portrait. And her daughter just absorbed it. 16, pregnant baby daddy said she should abort it, but we can't afford it. So she decides to move forward. Baby shower time. Father didn't show up.
See, okay, when y'all get the gist of that song, like he's telling a story in the song, and it's real, man. Like I almost got emotional when I was listening to it because I felt like I love it when I hear people keep it real. Like there's real pain and emotion and life stories and dilemma and drama that is caught up in people's minds and psyche, and it's good if a person have the artistic ability to bring that out and speak to somebody's heart. But overall, man, that's the only song out of 27 songs that I can say that I even want to listen to again. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest, man. And like, I got a comment from Elizabeth, super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Kanye is a fake. He knows the Bible, but knows nothing about God. Now, I'll say this. I think this is the way I see Kanye. I think Kanye has sold his soul to the devil. Now, hear me out. Kanye has sold his soul to the devil. I feel like the devil has Kanye in a headlock. We get glimpses of the seeds of God that his mama planted in him, trying to escape. Right? I feel like it's trying to escape. He has a rap song with a bunch of, miscreants, people who probably want nothing to do with Christ on the weekend. But he's still interjecting Christ into his music. So to me, it's like you see him trying to pull himself out. I'm gonna show a clip to you guys of some of the imagery. Let's see, pictures. Some of the imagery that you see with him, doing all this weird stuff. So I think he had Marilyn Manson, and I'm just gonna play a little clip. Show a little image, so y'all can see what I'm talking about in its totality. So, oh man, did I put the wrong? Let me see if I do this. Hold on. What about this? Okay, that's that. What about this? Man, I done messed it up. I can't even show y'all. But if you Google, I would have to go across there and fix it. So don't worry about it tonight. We just ain't gonna have that tonight. And by the way, if you're still watching, we're gonna do some call-ins a little later. We're gonna have some people call in. If you're a part of the Tatum Squad, I'm doing this for my Tatum Squad folks. You want to join the Tatum Squad, you can have an opportunity to call in. But I'm looking at a picture of him. You got Marilyn Manson, who is a Satanist. If you look at some of the imagery from Donda, and it's dark. At one point, he set himself on fire. Like, I just feel like he's trapped in a demonic influence, and he needs full deliverance, because you can see a little bit of God trying to come out every time he make a Christian album and do this. He's trying to get out of there. Decided to marry a complete. I ain't gonna say she a devil. I don't think Kim Kardashian is a devil, but what I do think that Kim Kardashian is unequally yoked. Right? She ain't trying to do nothing. She ain't won't have nothing to do with God if it's gonna mess up her image, if she's gonna get backlash, if she's gonna lose deals, if it's gonna inconvenience her. It appears, I'm not saying this is how she is because I don't know her. It appears that she don't want nothing to do with Christ if it inconvenience her as a Kardashian. I know people like that. I've dated women like that, where you date a woman and she all talking all that, I'm gonna go to church, I love Christ, and then you start getting into the deep things of Christ with her and want to talk about salvation and things that's deeper than the surface. And it's like, can we talk about something else? And y'all have no idea. Like, when I dated women like that would do that to me, like instant flames, instant, I'm finna break up with you right now. Like, I will never talk to you again. Like the way it makes me feel when people kind of poo-poo Christ when they supposed to be Christians, but they don't want to hear nothing about Christ. They don't even want to talk. They'll never go deep. They just want surface level. Let's go to church. Let's hear them sing, and let's go home and watch Kardashians all day. But you start talking about salvation. What about this? What about the way the Bible is written? Like, is this mysterious? Like, what do you think we're going to go after this? What do you think the Sabbath mean? Like, they can't talk about none of that. They don't want nothing to do with that. If they were on a platform and they had to proclaim Christ, even though they claim to be Christians, and they're going to get backlash, they won't do it. I think Kanye West have been caught in that, in my opinion. I feel like he's trying to come out, man. I feel like he's trying to get out of this, but, you know, maybe he sold his soul to the devil and he needs some real, like, spiritual deliverance. Some people don't believe in that. You know, the modern Christian don't believe in no spiritual stuff. Like, it's just Hillsong and, you know, going to church and getting your Bible on the app and then reading it off the screen and never talking about God again until next Sunday. That's like the normal Christian of America today. And they don't believe that there can be a spiritual devils cast out of somebody and stuff like that. But I think that's what Kanye need. Maybe he need somebody to lay hands on him and, you know, get that demonic spirit out of him. Somebody need to lay hands on him in the name of Jesus and do that to him. But don't get in your feelings, because if you don't believe in that, that's up to you. But I know it's real. I read the Bible before, and people cast out devils in the Bible. And Jesus said, greater works than these will you do, talking to the apostles. And then he said, the gifts is as many as the Lord thy God shall call. It's for everybody. So if you have the Spirit of God in you and you're operating in the gift of the Spirit, you should be doing exactly what Jesus was doing and more. But I'm not going to get on a sermon tonight because but anyway, we're going to go down this path of I was going to talk about that. I talked about Kanye West, this thing. Y'all comment in the comment section. I'm going to read some of the comments while it's going. There's so many of them. It seems like a lot of people, somebody said Kanye West is not afraid to pray to God, which is good. I mean, I have no issues with that. And then some little crybaby over here is saying, Brandon don't believe Jesus is God. I'm not going to get into that tonight because then I'm going to go down the rabbit hole. And let me just say this, because I'm not going to get trapped in it. I believe everything the Bible says. I don't know how much more clearer can I be by saying I believe everything in the Bible. I believe Jesus said and did everything he said he did. I do not understand how people are still having a debate about what I think about Jesus and God. And I believe everything the Bible says, every scripture. Now, if you want to believe something that's not in the scripture, that's up to you. You can do that. But I believe everything in the scripture. You show me a scripture, I believe it. All right, let's go on. Y'all could ask some questions if you want to. We'll have some call-ins. Somebody said Kanye used burning as baptism by fire. I mean, but it's still dark. You know, maybe that's what he did. I didn't watch it. Maybe that's what he did. I just, maybe I need to watch it. But it just, when I see pictures of stuff that Ye do, it's dark. It's demonic. It's weird to me. Now, maybe I don't understand him. I don't have to, because I'm not paying his bills. So who cares? I don't think Kanye West care what I think about him. And I don't care what he think about me either, if he ever, came across my video. So it doesn't matter. I'm just giving my opinion. Some of y'all can be his spokesperson and kiss his rear end if you want to, and pay his, and act like he done something for you in life. But overall, it's just an opinion. Okay. Just an opinion. I could care less if Kanye. I mean, I don't care nothing about Kanye. He don't pay my bills or nothing. I'm just commenting on the stuff that I listen to. Somebody said Bryson Gray is better than Kanye West. I will listen to Bryson Gray before I listen to any Kanye West song any day of the week. Any day of the week. I'm just saying, man. I just don't. I'm just saying, feeling that. There's different character. Like, that's why all the artists have their own ideas, because there's different stuff, man. Kanye is not my cup of tea, man. I don't like unstable men. It just set a bad precedent. Take us to church tonight. Abby, thank you so much for the super chat. Let's see. If y'all want to call in and join the Tatum Squad here on YouTube, the link is in the Discord. So for all of the Tatum Squad folks, if you want to call in, which we're going to open it up here soon after I make a couple comments, the link is in the Discord channel. So if you're part of the Tatum Squad Discord, the link is in there. You can call in from the link. We'll get you set up on the back end. We'll put you in the loop, and you can call in. Now, I'm going to say this. I know my people are going to reiterate this to you. You have an opportunity to ask a question or make a comment or give an opinion about something I said if you disagree. Like, we'll give you a minute or two to say that. And then if I want to follow up, I'll follow up with you. If not, we're gonna go to the next caller. Because I can't sit on here and just talk for like 3 hours with one person. It's just not gonna work. So looking at the comment, it looked like I would argue everyone that I'm seeing that like most people like Kanye West. There's a few people that don't like Kanye West. Somebody said, when did Kanye West get out of prison? So it looks like there's somewhat of a balance. More people like Kanye than not. But that's just my opinion about Kanye. Let me talk about Joe Biden real quick. I'm going to move on to Joe Biden. Joe Biden is probably the most incompetent person. I mean, Nancy Pelosi and them give him a run for his money. But Joe Biden is circling the drain. I mean, he's circling the drain. If people don't believe Joe Biden is circling the drain at this point, I don't know what to tell you. That dude is the epitome of a failure. Epitome of the failure of our nation is Joe Biden. Everybody cried about Donald Trump. Oh, he's mean. He got mean tweets. He say mean things. He's so vulgar. He don't have a filter. Man, I would rather have a dude without a filter than a coward. And to me, Joe Biden is a coward. I don't know if it's because he's old and senile or he's just a coward. He's just a coward person. It bothers me that we have a representative in our country as the president that's that lame. The dude can't even look people in the eyes when he talks to them. Every time he do a press conference, I'm not supposed to answer questions, or they told me who to call on. Like, really? I mean, I just don't understand that. How is your questioning not staged if you are pre-told who you can call on? What's the point of having a press if you already know you're going to only call on 3 people? You should just have those 3 people there. You're giving a facade that it's an open press, but you're only giving questions to 3 people. What's the point of everybody else can watch it on TV? What do they need to be there for to let you automatically pick people? It's scripted. He picked the people who are going to ask him the softball questions, and there's one person that's going to ask him the challenging questions. I guarantee you, I almost guarantee, I can't guarantee you because I don't really know, but they tell him what questions they're going to ask him before they ask him live. I guarantee you. And so he's so senile, he still can't get the answers right when they probably rehearsed the answers already. It's not a leader, man. It's not the leader of a great, strong country. And here's where I'm very concerned at, right? My wife was, she was tearing up. She was so concerned about this. I think that what's going on in Afghanistan is a lot worse than what they trying to act like it is. It's a lot worse than what we see. I wish I could pull stuff on the screen, but I can't. Tomorrow I'll get it fixed. We have literally 20 years, trillions of dollars spent, thousands of military personnel lives have been lost. According to statements that people have made, Joe Biden was advised, or at least his people were advised. There were advisors out there giving advice to somebody to tell them that as soon as you pull out of Afghanistan, the Taliban are going to take over almost instantaneously. But this is what I don't understand. I've never been in the military. I don't have no military experience. But as a person that have common sense, it would make sense that if we have tens of thousands of items of weaponry in vehicles and aircraft and explosives and guns and all of this, don't you think it'd be reasonable to get that stuff out of there before you take the troops out? I don't know. Am I tripping? Am I, hanging around Hunter Biden smoking crack too long? Or is it reasonable to say, why wouldn't you get out all of our equipment when there's even a rumor of a threat that the Taliban can take over? Why wouldn't you get all of our equipment out of there? That to me don't make any sense. You don't get no equipment. And it's not like you put them in the hands of the Afghan military in a position where they cannot relinquish them to terrorists. It's not like they did that. It appears that they were, I don't know where they were finding this stuff at. They just stumbled across hundreds of thousands of weapons, it looked like. It's weird to me, man. How do we as a country do that? And then you pull, not only do you leave all the weapons there, you pull the troops out without the people. What sense does that make to pull out the troops without the people?
Okay, someone tagged you in this on Instagram.
Tag me in what?
Read that headline.
So the headline, my wife just came in, the wifey cam just came in, reported Taliban's Afghanistan co-founder offered to let U.S. take control of Kabul. Biden administration said no. Let me read that again. Taliban's Afghanistan co-founder offered to let U.S. take, I want to say it's us, I think the U.S. take control of Kabul. Biden administration said no.
Yeah, wow.
That's pretty interesting.
So like we could have kept control of Kabul and no one needed to die. We shouldn't even be negotiating with the Taliban the way we have been. We shouldn't negotiate with them. We should give them an ultimatum. We getting our people out. If you stub a toe of an American citizen or ally, everybody turns into ground beef. Soleimani, go review the Soleimani tape. That's what's gonna happen to you. Everybody's gonna be a Soleimani if an American scratch a toenail because y'all out here playing. It's really that simple. We got the money, we got the resources. If people in the military are gonna lose their lives, they need to lose it for a reason. I mean, not just getting killed on negligence. And so, if you missed it, my wife came in with the things. What are the sources? I don't know if you asked me what are the sources. My wife will send it to me, and I'll put it down here. There was an article written. I didn't read the whole article, but just the headline says that the Taliban pretty much said, y'all gonna take over Kabul or no? And it seems like maybe Biden said, no, y'all got this, cuz, and take all these guns with y'all, cuz, and we just gonna botch this whole thing and get people killed and everybody messed up. Because they claim that the terrorist activity that occurred where American soldiers died and allies and Afghan citizens was due to ISIS-K, which is supposed to be a rival terrorist group rivaling the Taliban. So America is not only getting their own citizens hurt, they're actually getting Taliban hurt. I don't think the Taliban got hurt, so they probably was smart enough to get out the way. They're getting Afghan citizens hurt. They're getting other people hurt because of their negligence. Let me get a couple of these super chats because I want y'all to know that I do appreciate when you super chat. Biden is getting away with things because of CNN. Well, CNN been clowning them, but y'all know how they do it. Brandon, I don't get no notifications. Dang it. I know some crap is going on with YouTube. Can you send out emails with times when you are going live? Okay, we'll try to do that. Okay, Joe Biden violated the Patriot Act. I'm not familiar with that. I'm not familiar with the violation of the Patriot Act, so I can't speak to that. But I wouldn't be shocked, man, because you shouldn't be negotiating with terrorists. And I think, is that what you're referring to with the Patriot Act? We cannot acquiesce or negotiate with terrorists. And I don't know how the Taliban is not a terrorist organization. Let me look this up. Is the Taliban a terrorist? I'm going to have call-ins in a minute, y'all. Give me some time. If you stick around and you're part of the Tatum Squad, we'll have some call-ins. Let's see. Is the Taliban a terrorist organization? Foreign terrorist organization, State Department. Okay, foreign terrorist organization. Foreign terrorist organizations are foreign organizations. Okay, that's just a definition. Okay, designated foreign terrorist organizations. Hamas. Let's see. Let's see. I don't see the Taliban on here. If I see it, I'm going to lose my mind. Okay, I see ISIS. I don't see the, let's see, delisted foreign terrorist organization. So the Taliban wasn't delisted, and it doesn't appear that they're listed as a terrorist organization by the United States of America. I'm looking at the list right now. There's a lot of names on here I ain't never seen before. So they're not listed on here. But it's funny because they probably should be listed, but they won't list it because we've been negotiating with them. That would mean people to be in big trouble. So they're not listed on the terrorist organization list. Let me get some of these questions. If you ask the super chat, I could see it a lot easier. If you want to ask me questions, highlight my name in the comment section, and I could probably see it. But I think Biden needs to be impeached, if you ask me. I mean, you know, he's putting he has put our entire country in a state of imminent danger. We got people coming over here from other countries that we are not fully vetting. You know, we got people coming over here with COVID, you know. Like, it's just crazy to me. We leave all our weapons over there. We leave people over there. We bring the military back just to put them back over there. This is something somebody said the other day, and I want to. I'm confused by this, ladies and gentlemen. But we'll never know because the fraudulent behavior is so deep rooted in our country that, like, we'll never know the truth. I find it very interesting that we took our troops out, the Taliban gained control of all the weapons, and then we sent our troops back. I feel like that is, I mean, now our troops are going to have to fight against, I mean, think about it. What weapons did the Taliban have before we withdrew our troops? Now that we have thrusted ourselves back into the situation, now what weapons do they have? It's like we removed our troops, armed the Taliban to the teeth, and then we put our troops back in there. I'm not understanding. Like, I'm not understanding. How do you not lose your job after that? How do you not lose your job? I'm not understanding. Let me put it in this perspective. I'm gonna try to put it in perspective of like a homeowner. You're renting a house. Just say you're renting a house. You're doing renovations, and you're getting ready to. I'm trying to figure out a way to say this. I'm thinking about, like, you get ready to evict somebody, right? So you own the house. You got tenants in there. You're going back in the house to try to renovate it so you can kick the tenants out, right? They've left the house. You're in the house doing renovations. They're getting ready to get kicked out. You've been in there for 6 months doing renovations, getting the house all ready to go. It's stable. It's in a position to resell. I know this is not a one-to-one comparison, but this is the best I could do right now off the top of my head. You get ready to repair it. You leave money. You leave deeds to the house. You leave all your guns. You leave the security cameras in there. You leave every document that allows the renters to take over and own that house. When you left to go sell it, you let them come back in the house to rent for a couple months before you officially sell it. Maybe I'll use that scenario. And now you're mad and you want to come back and take over the house. They got the deed, they got guns, they got the cameras, they can surveil. They are prepared to fight back. And you left them $2 million that they can use in a lawsuit to fight you. You know, bad comparison. But somewhat of that can be reasonably deduced as to what I'm saying. We were in the country for 20 years. The Taliban had not had control of Afghanistan since we've been over there. They weren't in control. We pull our troops out, leave our people, leave the guns and weapons, let them arm themselves to the T. Then we go back in and botch an excavation of our own citizens and allies. Like, what? I mean, how can you fail any harder than this? How can you fail any harder than what we just saw? So what's the future of America? The future of America. I personally believe that I think that things ebb and flow, right? It's up, down, up, down, up, down. We've had down times in our nation. We've had horrible times in our nation. We had racism in our nation. You can go on down the list. We didn't had times that I think have been just as bad during that time. Like, I think desegregation in the South was pretty controversial, mind you. And at the time, people probably felt that things were coming to an end or that the world has just gone crazy because Martin Luther King and others believed that we should desegregate. And people who wanted segregation, think about it. They wanted it. They thought it was necessary. They put their life on the line for segregation. They put all of their academic research into believing that segregation made sense. And then you have a radical like Martin Luther King that's saying we need to tear down all of your norms. Now, I'm going to say this, and some of y'all ain't going to catch it, but one day you will if you do your research. I don't think I agree with Martin Luther King in desegregating when he did it. I don't know if I agree with it. There's a lot of people in America that did not agree with it, especially people in the black community that did not agree with desegregation at that time. Why, Mr. Tatum? Why would you try to infuse yourself or interject yourself into a society that don't want you in it? And I always give the scenario of the criticism of Martin Luther King, and people felt like he was working for the government and he was a plant in order to do all this crazy stuff and destroy the black community. Let me give you an explanation why. So, just say that you had a house. You got this big house, and your stepmother owns the house. I don't say stepmom. Just say your parents are in the house. No, don't put your parents because it's too much of a connection. Just say you get adopted by these people. They come let you live in the house for whatever scenario it is. You're living in somebody else's house. They say, you know what? I don't want you in the house. Go in the backyard, and they say you're reduced to being in the backyard. That's what you own. That's where you will be. You can't come in the house. We want nothing to do with you. You can't come in the house. We don't want you here. Go in the backyard and figure your life out. While you're in the backyard, you have a small little area where you build yourself a house. You make the house pretty. You make the grass around it nice. You make a little pathway for your homeboys to come in the backyard to come see you. They ain't even got to go through the main house. You establish everything you need. You got a kitchen. You got food. You got delivery. You got everything you need in the house in the back. It's made like you want it. It's designed like you want it. Everything is like you want it. It's not as big as the main house. It doesn't have all the resources that the main house is, but it's proficient and it's working for you. And then what do you know? All of a sudden, the people in the main house say, you know what? I'm sorry. We shouldn't have put you out there. Tear down your house and come live in the main house with us. And then you leave your house, you go live in the main house, and you go, well, okay, where's my room at? Oh, you got to go to this room because we don't have no rooms available for you. You got to go here. Well, this room don't have a bathroom. I'm sorry. You got to go to this room because that's all that's available within our house. And nothing is how you want it. No, you can't change the wallpaper. No. You can't change the wallpaper. You can't change the wallpaper. You got to work within the confines of what we want to do in this house. You have your own room, but you can't customize it. Your friends come over, but they got to come over the way we want them to come over. That's kind of how desegregation was, the way I perceived it when I went to college and we studied desegregation. And people who had a negative perception of what Martin Luther King was doing. Black people had amassed a significant amount of wealth, popularity, culture, school, education. Black people from the 30s to the 60s, black people were doing very well. They were doing very well. Had their own theaters, schools, entertainment, companies. I mean, black people had their own stuff. And then when people were trying to force a round peg in a square hole, that's when stuff went south. Because now when black kids started trying to go to the white schools, they weren't hiring the black teachers. So now black teachers are now unemployed because all the kids are trying to desegregate. And black people didn't have the same opportunities as white people did in the white man's world at that period of time in the South. And so people really did not like Martin Luther King for that. And I felt like maybe black people could have had a stronger foundation before desegregation. Inevitably, I feel like we should have desegregated. But I feel like, man, look at what happened to the black community after desegregation and the Civil Rights Act. After. Look how it started to go downhill. The culture that we see today that permeates the black community is not the same culture in the 30s and 40s and 50s. They're not the same culture. The culture of being married and having a stable family and going to church and believing in God from the 30s all the way, we don't see that today. From the 60s, 70s, that is gone. Gone. We almost reversed married, fathers in the home versus not having a father in the home. We literally reversed it. I think that the black community has gotten worse over time, not better. Now, people can say, oh, the average income of a black person is better off than it was then. But the family is not the way it used to be. Connection to God is not what it used to be. Voting in intelligent minds are not what they used to be. Some of the most prominent people in our black culture are the dumbest. I mean, the most ill-informed. We literally eat our own people. And I see that as a decline. And I don't see that as a progression. Black people are not more populated in the United States of America than they were in the 60s. I mean, I'm talking about percentage-wise. Maybe we went up, but we ain't gone nowhere since then because culturally abortions are like dominating. In some places in our country, they have more abortions than they do give birth. That's a problem. Hispanics ain't doing that. They coming straight in here. They having a whole bunch of kids. They working together as a family, and they are starting to weed out black influence, and not cultural influence, but voting influence, legitimacy on something more prominent than entertainment and sports. I'm just saying, this is my perception based on what I've seen. This is my perception based on what I've seen. When you talk about the black on black violence, it's only getting worse. When you talk about it's only getting more and more accepted. It is cool to talk about killing black people, and that's totally fine. And then on top of that, the LGBTQ push to feminize men, emasculate men, even in the inner city, in the black communities, is at an all-time high. You have never seen more feminine men in the black community now than ever in history. Feminine men, celebrated, put on a pedestal. That has never been historically acceptable in the black community. And other communities don't accept it. But somehow the black community does. I'm just telling you, voting 95% for Democrats. I mean, we getting worse. We used to be Republicans. You know what I'm saying? That tells you we're getting worse when we used to be Republicans. Black people was more Republicans. As time goes along, we went down the wrong path. We are now supporting our oppressors. And when I say oppressors, I do think black people are being oppressed by Democrats. Suppressed, oppressed by Democrats, white liberals, and black liberals. I'm just explaining this. When we were doing the best that we were doing in this country, not saying how people felt about us. You talk about families, talking about the explosion of wealth in the community. When you look at that, we were Republicans. As we start going more and more Democrat, you start seeing it going way more crazier. Now people on food stamps, government assistance, everybody's a victim. They still, to this day, trying to tell you ain't better than the white man, that the white man got his foot on your neck. You got some of the most prominent leaders, LeBron James, and all these very popular people in entertainment, celebrities, athletes, people who have the most visibility out of anybody in our country, in the black community, are just dumb. Most of them are completely dumb. They have no idea who Thomas Sowell is. They never will. But they can tell you Gucci Man and all this other stuff. But they don't know nothing about Thomas Sowell. They know nothing about the history of the Democrat Party. They know nothing about none of that. They don't even care. They got Fendi and Gucci. They're not investing in nothing. All of these billionaires, Kanye West and all these billionaires, Rihanna and Jay-Z and them, ain't not one of them started a black-owned bank. Instead of the white man giving you loans, why don't you start your own bank and then black people can give loans to other black people? Oh, yeah. You look at them credit scores too, don't you? Okay, then you know you ain't finna get nobody no loan. You ain't finna do nothing different than these white facilities gonna do. Y'all ain't finna take no chances on black people that white people won't take a chance on. That's why they're not gonna start a bank. Black man, show me a black man's shoe that's owned, operated, run, founded by a black man. Show me a tennis shoe that's the highest sold in the black community. It's not gonna happen. Nike come out with something, they can come out with the Nike 3.0s or something. Black people will buy every day of the week. Let Shaquille O'Neal come out with a shoe. They ain't buying that Shaquille O'Neal shoe. Shaq had a shoe. They ain't buy it. Stephon Marbury had a shoe. They ain't trying to buy that shoe. They poo-pooed on him. Name somebody else. They ain't buying no shoe. Colin Kaepernick. Why did Colin Kaepernick come out with a brand, a clothing line? Because black people ain't finna buy that. But if he go work with Nike, they gonna buy everything from Nike. They got his name on it. But they won't. If he came with his own stuff, he ain't finna get no money. But if he go work for Nike, oh yeah, they buy all your stuff from Nike. Let me stop ranting. The future of our country, if we do the right thing, we'll be good. Let me do some call-ins. I know Sky is ready to pull her hair out because I'm talking way too long. Let me do a few call-ins and then we're gonna go from there. Let me pull up my little thing. All right, Sky, I'm ready. I'm finna get in the chat. If you guys want to call in, so anything that's in the chat will be heard by everybody. I think I got it. So I got it up, okay? All right, Sky, I'm ready when you are. If y'all want to call in, call in. Remember, you can ask a question. Make a comment if you disagree. Make it respectful. Don't be cussing on here because I try to stay away from cursing. So if you want to call in, call in. And we'll have our first person call in here soon. I think I can see it on the camera. Let's see. Share the link. Okay, perfect. People are moving over. Okay. All right, I'm going to keep running my mouth, and I'll see if I can mute that person. You know what I'm going to do, Scott? I'm going to get out of the chat. I think I can still see who's in it. And when you get somebody in it, I'm going to jump in it for now because I don't want to end up getting caught off guard. Somebody start talking while I'm doing this. So just put somebody in there, then I'll jump in there. Let's see. Somebody said, what's the number? It's complicated. Let's see. Yep. How many likes do we have? Y'all hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Don't get the Fauci ouchie. I'm just not getting it, man. Am I anti-vaxxer? I wouldn't say I'm an anti-vaxxer. I'm a pro. You need to know what you put in your body, right? That's what I'm a pro. I'm not an anti. I'm a pro. You need to know what you put in your body. Don't put stuff in your body you know nothing about, and don't put stuff in your body if you don't need to. I feel that if you feel like you need the vaccination, then go ahead and get it. If you don't feel like you need it, then don't get it. I don't think people should be forced to do something that don't make sense for their own life, their own body. So, that's my whole thing on a Fauci ouchie. Let me see you get some of the super chats. I see RLT. Thank you for the super chat. Biden strike kill innocent family, kids, war crime. I mean, of course. Let me say this: you're not going to be able to. Biden. I mean, I don't know how they're going to do this, right? My wife showed me that, and I said, "Baby, send me the article so I can talk about it." But I guess that strike did kill innocent people. Obama killed a whole bunch of innocent people with drone strikes. So, and nothing happened to him. Let's see. I just wanted to ask. Let's see. Tyler Trice said, "I just wanted to." Is it Trice? I just wanted to ask how you hear God's voice. Let me. I'm gonna address that real quick until we get somebody in. Somebody said, "How do you hear God's voice?" Like, I think some people probably actually hear God's voice, and then some people you get that feeling of in your gut. You know, they call it a gut feeling. It's like I feel like God is having your body react to something that is confirming what's going on in your mind and your heart. Like you get that feeling like, I just feel like this is right. Sometimes I feel like God can communicate with people that way, where you just feel it. You already know it's right. God is confirming that what's in your heart or what you're planning on doing is going to be right. Sometimes I believe God may speak to people. How do you facilitate that? I'm not on here trying to tell you that God be talking to me all day. I feel like God said something to me one time in my life, and I heard an audible voice one time, and I disobeyed it, but I disobeyed it, and I don't know what consequences happened after that, but I disobeyed, I believe, what God was saying to me, so I probably messed up my blessings, but I think if you meditate The Bible talks about meditating. Okay, we got somebody calling in. 1 second. You meditate on God both day and night is what the Bible says. And I feel like if you meditate and you get quiet, meaning that you get out of distractions, out of the way, and you sit and you reflect on God, you have a conversation, you allow your brain to connect. I think maybe God would then talk to you or give you some type of revelation of what's what, you know. So I think those things can happen, but I'm not finna act like I'm some guru. I ain't finna lie to you and act like God always talk to me every day. I don't hear that. People be say that they do, but they don't. Let's see. What did the voice sound like? It sound like, I don't want to tell you what he said to me though, but I don't know. It sound like a regular man. That's what it sound like to me. Like it's not a regular man, but it sound like you would expect a voice in your head to be. Like, boo, like, do this. And it's like, oh yeah, that sound like that was, I know I'm not hearing stuff. That had to have been God. And I felt like it was God. Like I had this feeling like, dang, I think that was God talking to me. I think God just said something to me. You know, that's kind of how I felt. But anyway, let me jump in this chat and get our first caller. I don't know your name, but first caller, go ahead.
Oh, hello. My name is Sabrina, and I just want to thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Thank you. My question to you is the Durham report and the grand jury. I want to get your take on that. It's been kind of hush-hush. We've been waiting on this for years. It's just funny how all this stuff is trickling. I wanted to know if you have any insight on that.
No, I don't. I haven't been following the Durham report and all this stuff. I'm not going to lie. Like, I kind of gave up on it when they didn't do nothing about nothing. You know, all this time that they claim that they're going to have all these bombshells and all these people going to go to jail and they end up doing nothing. So, you know, I kind of backed away from following it until they actually do some proactive action.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your answer and keep up the good work. And hopefully one day we'll all get to have a Tatum Squad meeting.
Oh, yeah. God bless you. Appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of the squad. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. I love that. I love that. The squad gonna be bigger, man. We gonna fill it out, man. We're gonna start getting people together who are in the same state and trying to really work it out. It takes time, but we're gonna try to do that because we want it to be like a family. I'm ready for the next caller when y'all are. You know, these people didn't do nothing, man. Republicans didn't do nothing. The Durham, they're gonna come out. The smoking gun. What is it? Release the Kraken. I mean, I was all hyped. Like, let's get it. People finna go to jail. Nobody went to jail. Matter of fact, conservatives start going to jail. I mean, they tell you how whack we are is that we supposed to have a report that come out exposing liberals and we go to jail for it. Man, we suck. I'm just going to be honest. Like, our side sucks. We didn't do nothing. We had the House. We had the presidency. I mean, we had the House. They say we had the Congress. We had the Congress and the presidency, the House, Senate, and the presidency. Congress means both chambers, right? Some people say the person is in the Senate or in the House. Congress is a combination of both of them. And how did I figure that out? Because I said a person that's in the House, I said that person is in Congress. And it's not necessarily true. Congress is composed of the House and the Senate. So if you're saying somebody's in Congress, then that doesn't necessarily mean a House of Representative, right? So when somebody say Congressman Jim Jordan, you know, that's not exclusively saying he's a House of Representative, if that makes sense. Congress comprised of the House and Senate. I didn't know that. I'm not gonna lie. Like a couple years ago, I didn't know that. So I was like, oh, this dude worked in the Senate and he's in Congress. And somebody's like, what? What you mean he's in Congress? They're both in Congress. And I'm like, what? And so I looked it up, and that's kind of how it is. I don't know where I was going with that. I forgot. But we had Congress, and we had the president, we had the House, the Senate, and the Oval Office, and we didn't do nothing. Nobody went to jail. Hillary Clinton had a server in her basement. She was sending and receiving classified information. Nobody did a special counsel. Nobody did nothing. They didn't do nothing. She didn't even lose her security clearance, which is absolutely unheard of. If you do anything that can compromise the security of the United States of America, anything that could remotely compromise, you instantaneously lose your security clearance. I'm ready for the next caller, Sky, if you got somebody. You instantaneously lose, let's see. Oh, people are joining without a mic. Oh, okay, I see. You instantaneously lose your security clearance. You can't retain a security clearance so you can compromise the security. The purpose of having a security clearance is that you are a person that can be trusted with the secrets of the country. Not top secret information, that's probably a different clearance. But at least with confidential information and information that should not be passed to the general public or people that do not have a security clearance. Like Hillary Clinton letting her lawyers look through all her emails to delete all of them. They didn't have a security clearance. She allowed them to be exposed to classified information. That is a violation. The fact that she had a server in her house that the United States government didn't know about, that's a violation. The fact that she had an IT person that did not work for the government and didn't have a security clearance that had access to everything that was sent and received on the server, that is a violation. She should have went to prison 5 times already. She should do 5 life sentences. But somehow we let him off. We never do an investigation. Director Comey. All of these people that we found out proved that they paid to play. They were doing side deals. You got Lisa. You got Carter Page. I think Lisa. I forget their names now. Struck, Page. All these people. They up there conspiring against the president of the United States. They are literally coordinating an effort to get rid of him, like a government coup. How can they do that and nothing happens? And now we know what happened in the election, and now look at where we're at now. And Pence, I swear these dudes, man, like, if we can translate these dudes into a hood, these dudes would get murked a long time ago. If you could translate from like reality to like a hood world, you can't do what Pence did and be all right in the hood. You can't do that. You're going to get murked. That's just the way it is. You can't be shady and it ain't going to come back to get you. And in a real world, in America, you can do whatever you want to do. You're going to get away with it if you're a Democrat. Somebody said if Tatum dies, it wasn't suicide. I'm telling you, bro, I would never commit suicide. Just so y'all know, I would never do that. That's the most selfish thing anybody can ever do. And it ain't that bad. I'd rather you go than me. So just know you're going to go before I go. So if I'm to the point where I want to commit suicide, then a whole bunch of people, then they gone already. You know what I'm saying? So, it's going to be you before me. So just know that, But I'm not trying to make fun of suicide. But, like, I would never do that. Like, I would never do that. Like, or somebody would know I did it. Like, it wouldn't be like some mysterious thing. But Brandon would never do that. It's like I would write. I feel like I would write it down and say, look, I'm really doing this. It's really me. I'm going to do this. Like, it is what it is. I'll leave a tape recording. Like, I'm going to do this. I did it. It's me. Don't spend the rest of your life being a conspiracy theorist because you think the government did that to me. I did it. Okay? I did it. But I don't think I'm powerful enough. See, they don't have to suicide us. They don't have to suicide us. Somebody asked, have I listened to Mike Lindell's Cyber Symposium? If so, what do you think? I didn't listen to it. I didn't listen to it. Who I forget, Ryan. Let's see, Ryan, thank you so much for the question. I didn't listen to it, man. I tuned out of this stuff. I ain't gonna even lie. Somebody said talk about Donda. I spoke about it before. I'm not gonna lie, like I tuned out of all this stuff. I don't listen to none of this stuff because these people made all these these same people that's doing symposiums, they made all of these promises and none of it happened. And it made me question some of these people like, really? Really? Y'all really doing it like that? Y'all swear that by this date Donald Trump was going to be back in office. You said by this day you guarantee. You said, I got all the evidence in the world to prove that the election was stolen. People have said they got the evidence that proved the election was stolen. Smoking gun on top of smoking gun. They stood before the American people and promised that they had all of this information. Where are they today? Where are they at? Where are these people? Somebody help me understand where all of these people, Q and all of this stuff, where are they at now? Nothing that they said happened that was going to happen has happened. Nothing. Y'all don't let them get a pass, y'all. Don't let them get a pass. There were people saying that on election night that I saw an interview with a dude swearing before God that on the ballots, they watermarked all the ballots. And that Trump has already predetermined this. And they watermarked everything. And so Trump is just going to give a word and they're going to check all the ballots, and the ones that wasn't watermarked are going to go away and he's going to win the election. Like, you can't just say that and squeeze off in the darkness and be like, oh, okay, I'm out there. Okay, let's see. We got somebody in the chat. Let me get up out the chat. I'm going to get out the chat until I see somebody and I'll jump back in there. Let's see. One of my favorites. She's been a part of the Tatum Squad and been a part of the Tatum community for a very long time. Do you think Biden will be impeached? I do think Biden will be impeached. I think Biden will be impeached. Biden, in my opinion, was a shell person. They needed a person that wasn't just in the tank as far as reputation. Joe Biden was a part of the Obama administration. Clinton and them are way too crooked to ever have a chance again. There is no other person in the political machine from Clinton to Obama, Hillary, that they had that they could actually run. Nobody takes Kamala Harris seriously. Nobody. Kamala Harris don't take Kamala Harris seriously. So you know they couldn't run Kamala Harris. They were in a position where they could not do that. So they had to put brain dead old man in there that they knew eventually he gonna mess up, he's gonna go retarded, and then they're gonna put somebody else in there. That's why they used him. They knew eventually he was gonna croak or something. So they don't really have to worry about somebody that's combative. They don't have to worry about somebody that's combative. Somebody said, Brandon, please do a reaction to Tom McDonald's new song, Brainwashed. I'm not gonna do that. I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, I don't want to start no problems, but like, I heard the song, I thought it was okay. The chorus, I do not like Tom McDonald's choruses. I told him on my last review, I tell him when he on my show, if Tom McDonald can make some fly choruses. Now I know he's self-producing and stuff, so it's no real criticism to him, man. You gotta do what you gotta do, and some people love his choruses. So don't get me wrong, I'm one person. Like, I be wanting to bump Tom McDonald stuff in my car, but like, I would have to turn the chorus down and turn it back up when he start rapping, because he can rap. It's good. I like to hear him rap, but the chorus be like, it's a cultural thing. Maybe that's the difference between like somebody listen to Hillsong and listen to Marvin Sapp. Like, maybe that's people start crying and get emotional over Hillsong and Carrie Job and stuff like that. And people who listen to Marvin Sapp, Marvin Winans, Bishop Paul Morton, Donnie McClurkin, they can't feel nothing listening to Toby Keith and people like that. Nothing against that. I'm just saying, like, there's different stroke for different folks. Some people are all out on the floor crying when they hear Carrie Job's song, and they can't listen to Donnie McClurkin for 5 minutes, and vice versa. So we got somebody in the queue. All right, let me get back in there. What's up, next caller? How you doing? Got you on the line. How you doing? Is it me or is it them? I got my volume up. It's on. It remind me of that relationship. You know when you date somebody that ain't worth a dime, and they go, "Well, it's not me. It's not you. It's me." You know. So I'm like, with this caller, is it you or is it me? I think it's. I don't hear anything. Okay. I don't hear anything. Oh, it's them. Okay. I'm gonna come back. Just let me know when they're ready. Somebody said, I'm waiting to get my signed copy of your new book. Yep, November the 30th. Just remember that. Some people have bought the book and they go to my customer service line and they go, "Where's my book? I bought a book and y'all." It's like, wait, you bought a pre-order book, pre-order. When you go to beatingblackandblue.com, there's 2 options there, and they say pre-order Amazon, pre-order signed copy. So I'm confused that somebody got past that and thought they bought the book when it's pre-order. And then when you go on the website, the book says pre-order Beating Black and Blue. And then when you click on it and you put it to cart, it says pre-order Beating Black and Blue. And in the description, it says November the 30th. So maybe you were really excited and you just missed it, which is totally fine. I really appreciate you supporting me. But just know that, y'all, it's a pre-order. It's released on November the 30th. So I don't know if they're going to be able to send people the books before November the 30th, but I know that on November the 30th, the books are going to go, at least the books are going to go out November the 30th. You're going to get your books. It's going to either be shipped on that day or y'all going to already get it by that point. I got to talk to the publishers and see how they're going to actually do this. So I should check your mic, your headset. Okay, I'm going back in. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I got my caller on the line. How you doing? How you doing, caller? My mic is good. I didn't change anything from the last caller. Let's see. Am I doing something wrong? Let me check this. Mute. I'm not muted. Hey, Sky, jump on and say something, and let's see if it's. Yeah, I can hear you, Sky. I hear you. So it must be the other person. I'm gonna jump out and I'm gonna jump out. Okay, so we'll get the next caller in. It's funny because this is complicated. It's not as easy. Like ABL make it look easy. Well, he's a pro at it. It's kind of complicated because some people may not have the technology that we have on this side, and so it's kind of weird. It's weird. I don't know why. Y'all can talk to him, but I can't talk to him. But I talked to the last caller and it went through just fine. And I haven't changed anything. Let me go to settings. I'm gonna go to settings again and make sure that something didn't get juked. Nah, it's all on. Roadcaster. Yep. It all works on my end. Let me get a couple more questions in and I'm gonna bounce. I said I was gonna do this live stream for about an hour. I got Bryson over my house. I should have brought him on maybe next time. How do you call in? If you're part of the Tatum Squad, we give you instructions to call in. It's the way we can filter it because, I mean, you never know who called in. Somebody called in and want to threaten us or something, but people who are part of the Tatum Squad, we already vet these people, and they can call in. Whether they agree with me or not, it's cool. Somebody said, but Tom McDonald's new song, Dummy, I think I listened to a little bit of it. You know, I think it's cool. It's cool. You know, I like Tommy Dunn. I hope he don't get offended by what I'm saying, but it's cool. I think his music is cool. You know, I think some of his Fake Woke and some of them songs were more of my favorite songs. But I just think his choruses, man, if he can get his choruses down, Tom will be fired. Okay, we got another caller. Let me jump in. All right, what's going on? Okay, I don't hear that. It's not mine. It's not me. Maybe the see, because I can see, the thing is that I can see when somebody's talking on the Discord, just for my people in the background. When I talk, the little green circle pops up on my face. Sky, when you talk, the green circle popped up on you. But like when the people are coming in, their green circle aren't moving. So I don't know why it's reacting the way it is. Maybe some of these phones can't double do it. Can't have something in the background. I'm gonna do a couple more questions. We're gonna try to get at least one more call in, and then we're gonna call it out. Somebody said not Tom McDonald's best work. I mean, I like some of his new stuff. You know, Fake Woke was cool. White Boy was cold. Like I like some of his stuff. I think he's a very talented rapper. It's just some of the newer stuff is not like some of my favorite music of his. And really, to be honest, me doing reviews is me reviewing stuff that I like a lot, or is critically, it's like I say critically acclaimed. It's like something that's hot, because that's my way of blessing other people to get their stuff out there. Like, I don't really listen to music like that often. So it's not like I'm just jamming these songs. I feel like it's popular. I'll give a commentary because I want more people to hear that person's music because I like them. Not because necessarily, I listen to their music all day long. I just give a review on those things because I like them and I want their music to be blessed. You know what I'm saying? I want them to get more popular. So if it's a song that I don't really have a lot to say about, I'm like, I might as well not review it if I don't have a lot to say about it, because it's just like, it's dull, and I don't want to do that. Unless somebody make a song, saying something crazy about me or Jesus or somebody, then I may have to do a review, even if that's not my favorite song. All right, let's see. Let's see. Sweet T, thank you so much. It's for the channel, my friend. Be safe. Thank you. Man, one day I'm gonna meet y'all in real life. Can you do a criminal critique of what? Let's see. Can you do a criminal critique of what I think happened to Fresh and Fit? Do y'all follow Fresh and Fit? I don't know. Put a comment if you follow Fresh and Fit. Just put like a 1 if you follow Fresh and Fit. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I know. 1 second. Because I got a few comments I'm gonna say about them before I get up out here. Let me see. I did some on here, and I don't know if I did the right thing on here. Anyone can comment. Okay, so yeah, it wasn't just subscribers. Anybody can write requests. No, most people don't watch Fresh and Fit. Yeah, I said put a yes if you watch it, put a no if you don't watch them. Good, because they lost like 50,000 subscribers. And I'm just going to give you a brief synopsis of why real quick. Can you have Dave Cares for You on your next Zoom group? He helps teach people about notices of affidavits. Please get more people to stand up. He's fired. Check him out. Okay, I'll check him out. Most people have no idea who Fresh and Fit is. Good. Let me say this, because I ain't trying to beat people while they down, but like, I'm big on people not being frauds. Like, I'm big on people just being genuine. I've been successful being genuine. Like, I'm genuinely who you see on this live stream. I'm B Tatum, 100%. When people see me in public, I'm me in public. I'm Brandon Tatum. I've been like this my whole life, which is a blessing, because it's easy to just do this, just be me. I ain't gotta play no games. I ain't gotta act like in a way, I can openly admit that, based on my experiences, I may be slightly biased to certain things. I'm open to that. Like, I'm biased to police because, and the reason I say that is because I was a police officer. Now, bias mean I can't give a basic articulation or a fact-based argument. No, that's not true. You can be biased means that you like police more than you don't like police. Like, somebody that's in the middle that's like, I don't know nothing about policing. I know I have been a cop, and I know what it's like to be a cop. And I know what it's like to be on the side of not being a cop. Like, I went to juvie before, and a lot of my family members doing some real time in prison. So I know what it's like to be on both sides of that. But I lean towards more police officers because I know I can empathize with police. I've been doing 50-hour shifts, working midnight shifts, missing all the holidays. I know what that feels like. So I can sympathize with them. So my commentary, I can say I'm more sympathetic in my commentary. So when I comment, I'm more sympathetic in a certain way. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm more critical of police too. Like, although I feel like that I can empathize with them, I'm more critical of police when they do something wrong. I'm probably worse. I'm probably worse than anybody. When they mess up, I've always said that I think police officers go to prison for, if you're a police officer and you steal drugs and you do stuff like that, you should go to prison for a very long time. That crime is worse than anything a person could do because you have violated the trust of the public with authority and power. If you intentionally shoot somebody in the back because you, not an accident, not like it's a close call. If you shoot somebody in the back because you mad at them and you're a police officer, you should get the death penalty. If you kill if you kill them out of malice and hatred with the uniform on, you should get the death penalty. That's like capital murder. You're the worst type of person in the world if you wearing a uniform and you intentionally. I'm not saying you thought he had a gun and then like that. I'm saying you see him running, you like, okay, I'm gonna shoot this. I didn't shoot him in the back. I didn't shoot him. Try to plant a taser on him, death penalty. So I'm the most critical against police, and obviously I feel like I empathize with them more than people who've never been a police officer. Let me just say it like that. Because I don't want people to think, I mean, like, if you're a bad cop, you're a bad cop. I care less. I hope you go to prison. You are correct. Dems will replace the black vote with immigrants. That was their plan all along. White and blacks need to work together to overcome this, 100%. Let's see. Been screaming it for months. They are importing illegals to cheat the next election. Ask why they are importing them. The two largest Republican states, Florida and Texas. Why block voter ID? Yep. I mean, that's just, strategically, if you want to make a hypothetical, about what's going on, yeah, that's what they're doing. I think that's a strategy that they could do. That's a strategic measure to influx millions of voters on your side. What's your opinion on Marine Lieutenant Schiller fired for calling out the high-ranking video? Now, I'll say this. I'm going to do a video about that tomorrow. But there's two things here. I don't know what the military code is, right? It's like in the hood, you don't snitch. Snitches get stitches, right? So in the military, I don't know if there's a type of code where it's like you don't out your superiors to the public. You can do it internally, but you don't do it to the public. I don't know. If that's the case and they fire people over out in their constituents or their leadership in public, let me tell you why. Let me give an example. I heard what he said, and I think everything he said needed to be said. Now, doing it in uniform, I think you open yourself up to being fired. Criticizing your command staff and showing that there's distress within the ranks, I think that can get you fired, right? Because that's a national security issue. If you are publicly showing that there's turmoil within the military, I think you're putting us in a negative position. If you are actively in the military wearing a uniform at work, that's probably not the way to do it. However, I think everything he said should have been said. I feel like maybe he could have wrote a letter and had somebody else read what he had said. Read his grievance anonymously. Have somebody read it out. Have somebody talk about it. But to do it like that, like police officers that do these videos with their uniform on, it's like, what did you think was going to happen? Our social media policy is that you cannot make a political personal statement in uniform. It didn't say you can't say stuff you want to do out there. You can't say stuff as a representation or a representative of your police department, because you're supposed to be representing the government when you're in uniform. You're not representing your own personal belief systems. And so that's why all of my videos that I did, it's funny, Diamond and Silk versus Fresh and Fit. Oh my God. But the reason I did it, you never see me do it in uniform. People didn't know what police department I worked for. I was just a regular citizen making my statement known. I never did it in uniform because I knew for a fact if I did that in uniform, I'd get fired. Rightfully so, because that's in protocol that you can't do that in uniform. Why do they do that, Mr. Tatum? Because if I can say what I want to say in uniform, the next man can. And if somebody want to yell death to America in their uniform, police uniform, they instantaneously lose credibility. If somebody in the uniform is bashing Christians and bashing gay people in the uniform, you can't do it in the uniform. So my thoughts on that particular sergeant is I think everything he said needed to be said. I just don't know if they were wrong by letting him go. It seems wrong at face value, but I'm like, there's more to it. Like, is this a social media violation? Is this a violation of protocol in the military that you can't pretty much out your command staff, that they're incompetent? You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on it. How do you call in? I think we done with the call-ins right now. We'll test it some more and we'll try some people in because I think people are having a hard time figuring it out too. So it's not just it being difficult to get there. Is people they can't find out how to do it. So we're gonna work on it for next time. Let's see. Yeah, you have to go on Discord, but at this point we'll wait till next time. Somebody said he wasn't in uniform. I pulled this thing up on my wife's thing. But was he on the clock is the question. I had sent my wife the message. Ooh, how is what's going on here? Let's see. I gotta find this. Oh, my team sent it to me. That's what it was. My team sent it to me in this chat. Let's see, content ideas. Somebody said he wasn't in uniform. Maybe I'm talking about another person. Yeah, I'm thinking about another person. Maybe I didn't see that guy. This guy's a lieutenant colonel, combat commander, lieutenant colonel. He's in uniform. So it says Marine Corps Lieutenant Colonel. I think that's Colonel. I think this guy, he's a lieutenant. He's in uniform. So maybe I didn't hear what the gentleman had to say. No, this is Stewart. Who? Let me go look at the super chat. You are correct. Dems will replace the black vote with immigrants. Yeah, I got that. Where is that super chat at? God dang it. It's gone forever. This gentleman's name is Stuart. Let's see, Stuart Scheller. I don't know how to say his name. I could be wrong. Hey, y'all talking about him or y'all talking about somebody else? Because this guy is in a uniform that says U.S. Marines and says his name on it. Is that the person? Or y'all talking about somebody different? Somebody help me out in the comment section. Is y'all talking about somebody else? Somebody put his name in there again. Who y'all talking about? Put the person's name in there. Okay, let me jump on this fresh and fit thing and I'm gonna get off here. Somebody said, why bring up fresh and fit? Stewart. Yeah, if you talking about the gentleman named Stewart, he was in full uniform with his rank on. Well, I don't know if these little things here is considered full rank, but yeah, he was in uniform. Everything he said needed to be said, but I don't know if you could do that in uniform like that. I mean, anyway, let's see. Somebody said Fresh and Fit. Why you bring up Fresh and Fit? If you're a person who watch Fresh and Fit, the reason I bring them up because I get really frustrated with people deceiving other people. Like, I don't think it's right to do that, man. Ever since I've been on here, I'm Brandon Tatum. I don't lie to people. I don't deceive people. I don't tell you I'm doing this and doing that. I don't act like I'm tough. I don't act like I'm a guru in something, and I'm not. And so I watched their show a few times, and I felt like they were kind of extreme. I feel like they were kind of basic. They were extreme towards women a little bit, but some of the stuff that they said was true about the way women behave. And they would bring women on there, and it was kind of an interesting setup. So I said, oh, I like these guys. I subscribed to their channel. And then when they got into it with Abba and Preach, and they start exposing the messages that they sending girls and stuff. It's like, bro, look, if you're getting online and you're presenting yourself as a high value man, and that you sell courses for like $2,000 on how can men be better men and get women, and that's not who you really are. Like you really don't have that skill, but you selling people a lie. Like, I don't know about Myron Gaines, but the other guy, what? I saw him. I'm gonna play this in one of my lives. I got it right here, but I can't switch the screen. I saw this dude, Fresh Prince CEO, and Grant Cardone's did an interview with Grant Cardone, and they asked him, and let me tell you this. This gentleman, Fresh Prince CEO, is presenting himself as a guru in spitting game to women, in that he don't believe in paying women for favors because he believes that he can game up women at the club or whatever and can get them to like him and whatever because he's a high value person. I don't know how many years ago this was. Somebody just posted it. I don't know how many years ago this was, but he was in an interview with Grant Cardone. It looked like, I thought this was staged, but it kind of looked real. He's in an interview with Grant Cardone and says, Grant Cardone says, sell me, because he's supposed to go sell himself to Grant Cardone. If you don't know who Grant Cardone is, he's a real estate mogul. You know, he does a lot of, I think he gets people in the organization that can help him get properties and flip properties and use leverage on investment money to make money and whatever. That's kind of what I get from it. But the guy, Fresh Prince CEO, is on this interview and he said, do you want to sell me yourself or sell me this glass of water? And so the guy said, I'll sell you myself. And Grant Cardone said, no, sell me the glass of water. Basic selling yourself, selling something. You're in sales. He get on there, and I think my 8-year-old could have done a better job than this grown man in selling water. I mean, come on, dude. You should be coming in there with confidence. I could sell water right now on camera, just on the spot. You could just start out by saying, let me tell you something about this hydrogen to oxygen. Everybody needs this. You will die without this. Water is essential. Plants, earth, animals, everybody need it. This is essential. You cannot live without it. However, not every water is made like this water. You know, you can keep going. I can keep going. This is going to make your company, this is going to 10x your company. Nobody's presenting water like this. It's clean, it's pure. You can see right through it. Look at this glass. You can see right through this water. Nobody has this. Grant, I'm telling you, right now we have a gold mine. We're going to get this out to everybody in the world. They already need it. We have the need. We have the clientele. Everybody need this, but this will change the game. Because not only do you have something people need, but you also have something that people want. I mean, I'm not even in an interview. I'm just talking on the camera. You know, and I ain't gonna say I did a great job, but I'm just telling you, and I'm not a guru in this. I'm just pick up a glass and just try to sell you water. Whatever, off the cuff. I'm not in an interview. Let's see. Anyway. And then he asked them, like, a beehive. Like, you know, like, I got a problem with a beehive at a property. What are you going to do about it? And the dude just felt misery. To the point they kicked him out of the interview. They said, get out of here, man. You have no skill. Get out of here. You sound like a robot. Get out of here. It's no way you got you picking up women and spitting game the way they say, and you can't do an interview and sell. In a sales interview, you cannot sell water. You just bomb it. Therefore, you're not going to sell a woman that you're a valuable man if you're just using pickup lines. These dudes be paying for what they call it? They pay for magazines to publish articles about them. Paying for it. This dude gets on the thing. This girl, he invites a girl on the show and says, well, I don't want to partner with you unless we doing it. Unless we playing video games together. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But you're a guru in picking up relationships with women, but you tell a woman, I'm not partnering with you unless we go in there. What, bruh? These dudes, man, they just turn me off, man. They turn me off, man. And I think everybody should expose it, because y'all been tricking your audience into believing y'all some gurus and all this other stuff, and then y'all getting on there and you're just not presenting yourself the way you really are. You're just not presenting that. I'm learning so much. This is one guy, his channel, I follow him now. This dude, his channel is cold. He exposed every guru that you see, and it's like, I didn't know people do this. I'm finna get off here. I got people at my house. I'm finna get off here in 5 minutes. I did not know people do what they do. I have been very naive to shady people. I didn't know people do stuff like this. I thought most people were normal, upstanding people that they just about the movement. They're about the mission. They have a passion to do this stuff. I didn't know most people are just scamming. They don't want to do this. They just want to be famous. They don't care nothing about YouTube. They don't care nothing about a YouTube audience. They're using you and leveraging you to make money. They don't care nothing about you. They'll see you in public and act like you don't exist. They'll sell you a complete lie. They're not even a Christian, but they're a Christian online, and they're not even a Christian in real life. They don't even look at the Bible. They actually hate God. People do this. People do this. They get on TV and say, oh, I'm a guru. I know how to get women. And they using leverage on their show. That's just like me saying this. I'm saying, as a man, I'm a grown man. I got kids. As a man, I'm going to tell you how you should treat a woman. I'm going to tell you the way you should talk to a woman. And I'm telling you that. This is my channel. My whole channel is about that. And then you find out that the women that I invite on the show, I try to hook up with them when they come on the show and belittle them and be mean to them and call them all kind of out their name and say, since you don't want to do nothing with me, you can't come on my show. Just imagine if I was pushing this image and then you found out I was doing that, disrespecting women. Or you can even say this, just like, I'm married. Y'all know my wife and everything. And I'm up here saying, I'm a married man. Men should treat women right. You should be faithful. And then you find out I got a whole relationship with another woman. Like, how could you be on saying something to people and you're a total different person? That's what makes me mad, because like, even y'all, like a lot of you guys have supported this channel and donated and got the merch and like and subscribe and all this other stuff. You expect that what you see is what you get. And it's not very difficult. It's easy to be yourself. But maybe if I was putting on and doing stuff, maybe my audience would be even bigger. Maybe if I was doing stuff, maybe I'll make more money if I was trying to leverage you into something, this course that I got, and I'm just making it up. But I don't think that's the way you do it. You just be genuine. You be authentic, and God will take you where you need to go. And if you only got 100,000 subscribers, then that's what God wants you to have. If you got 20 million, you just got to be real with yourself, because that will sustain you. Like, you're not going to get nobody to come out and say, Brandon DMing me while he got a wife. Shoot. You crazy. Yeah, you never, unless somebody make up some stuff, you ain't never going to see me. I would never do that. I would never do that. Why? Because I have a lot of people are looking up to me to be who I say I am. You know how embarrassing it to be if I'm on creeping with some woman and she get mad one day and put my business out there. That's one thing I don't understand about dudes. Like, now, if you single and you partying with a girl, that's different. If you married and you got a channel and you got a following and people are admiring you and people put their trust in you because they believe in what you're saying, and you get off alive and you go and text some chick and you know you doing that as if you won't say something wrong and she expose you. I don't get it. I don't get why people do that. But I think people that do that are very evil. They're not like real people. They're evil. Like Lance Armstrong. He was evil. I don't care what nobody say. You went, and I know a lot of other people were cheating too, right? Lance wasn't the only person cheating. But bruh, you not only, when you kind of got busted cheating, you didn't just say, okay, I cheated, or just not say anything or whatever. You bashed people. and hurt them, and people lost their careers because you didn't cheat. And years down the road of damaging people, not lying about getting cancer, lying about how you got cancer, and you doing all of this, bruh, and one day you say, yeah, I did lie. Bruh, that's evil. That you are an evil person. I'm just saying, bruh, like, that dude Derek Jackson, this dude is supposed to be a female woman guru, lying and telling women what they want to hear is what he was doing. Come to find out this dude in a whole relationship with another woman in his wife and them bed. He taking the girls to his house in his bed. He's supposed to be a guru of relationships, and he cheating on his wife. Bad though. Like with all kinds of women. He's a guru. That's his whole thing. Come to find out he cheating on his wife. I'm like, bro, I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't know why. I just don't get it. I'm the reason I'm going on about this because I'm incredibly perplexed at how people are so fake in this world. They're just so fake. They're not who you think they are. People in this movement, they are not who you think they are. You got to be careful, man. People will get on here and be like, yeah, I'm a conservative. And then behind the scenes, they're not even really conservative. They really don't even believe that. Like, they partying with liberals on the back end, but on the front end, they all extra conservative to make money. It's like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it, man. And I'm all for capitalism, man. I think that everybody with opportunities, you need to generate and build wealth. If you are not doing that, you're an idiot. You need to build wealth. Time is money. Like, I was idiotic when I first started out because I wouldn't charge people when I go to speak. And then I got wise to it that, no, my time is money. Like, it's costing me other business opportunities for me to fly down here and speak, and you sell tickets to an event that people are coming to watch me speak. So, no, you can't do that. That's dumb. That's dumb of me because I'm spending my time doing so free. Now, there are situations where I do things for free. People don't have a budget. It's somebody that I know. Like my stepmama, I would go do her conference every year. It's my stepmama. Like, I'm not gonna charge money to go do my mom and them stuff. So of course she do it for free. Of course, people that I know right up the street, I do things for free. But there's a market, and you can't let people take advantage of you. So I'm all for build wealth, generate wealth for yourself, be generous, give to God, give to people. I get it. But don't be fake, bruh. Don't be a fake person. And I'm going to end it with that, man. I've seen too many people in this industry be fake. Running for office. They're not even who you think they are. They're not even real people. And they get on stage and, God has really changed my life, and that's why I'm running for office. I'm a godly man. I'm a Christian. And you find out that person is telling a girl, this is a legitimate candidate, Major Williams. A girl send you a text message showing him telling her, trying to tell her to come to his room to drink some wine. With his kids at home on a campaign trail. Trying to get a woman to his room. What, you a Christian man? What are you doing? I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. Now I get people do stuff. You do stuff. But when you're intentionally projecting a lie to people, that's not fair. It's just not fair. Just pay attention to people. That's all I'm gonna say. Pay attention to these people. Real recognize real. Just check how they move. Check if they doing it just for money. Or just for fame, for clout. If too good to be true. I mean, y'all done seen ups and downs with B. Tatum, man. I went off on, I admit I'm a Christian. I try to do the best I can to be a good Christian. I didn't make mistakes along the way. I messed up. I had a kid out of wedlock. I'm transparent about things that I've done. I blew up on somebody a couple years ago online. They started disrespecting and the hood Tatum came out, and I got on somebody. You know, the video is out there somewhere. I ain't trying to act like, but I'm not gonna sit up and say that wasn't me. They photoshopped me in that video. That wasn't me. I didn't do that. No, I did it. I threatened the guy and everything. I meant it too. Because the dude he violated, and I had to let him know that, like, bro, you must be out your mind. You don't disrespect me like that. But I was wrong in the sense that I don't think a Christian man should act like that. You should be slow to anger, stuff like that. I had to ask God to forgive me, because bruh. You know, but everybody got their thing they need to work on. And me, you disrespecting me it pushed me to a level that I got to pray about. Be like, God, help me not blow up on people and somebody disrespect me and want to body slam them. So sometimes people, you know, but the difference between imperfection and just being a devil is that you won't even admit that it's wrong. Like, cussing somebody out on a live stream is not right. You know, fornication is not right. I fornicate when I was saved. How you think I had a baby? You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not telling you that that's right. That was wrong, and I'm still paying the consequences for that today. It's wrong. You know, any one of these things you want to talk about, whether it's looking at stuff you shouldn't be looking at online, it's not right. Whether you struggle with it is between you and God. Whether you are celebrating it and trying to tell other people that no, it's fine this time, that's not right. That's not right. And, you know, we all have been through certain circumstances as Christians or whatever, but, you know, you quit lying to people. Anyway, I need to get up out of here. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. If you want to do the call in, we allow people on the Tatum Squad to call in. How in the world Big Box is writing Discord 100 times on here, and it haven't struck him down? You can't even write Jesus on there without him striking down. You're doing God's work, whether you know it or not. Even evil people are doing God's work. Yeah, right. I know they make you a saved person. Evil people can hurt you so bad, make you want to come to Christ. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna get up off here, man. I really appreciate you guys. Thank y'all. God bless y'all for being on here. Thank y'all all for the super chats. If I missed it, forgive me. Charges to my head, not my heart. Tomorrow I'm gonna have my little thing fixed, and we're gonna have more videos I'm gonna put out. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and I want to bring it to your front door, your living room, wherever you watch this at. But again, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed week. Check me out tomorrow. I got some videos coming out. Every day I do videos. Every Tuesday, Thursday, I'll try to go live. Every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, I'll try to go live. Thursdays are normally my panel. Unless it's breaking news or I'm out of town, I try to keep the panel on Thursday at 6:30. And Tuesdays at 6:30. And then Sundays will be like a late night special. I try to do it at 8. Today I had some technical difficulties, so it was hard for me to go live because of the stream key and all that stuff somehow got deleted. And so I was able to fix it. But, man, I let me just say this from the bottom of my heart, man. I love all y'all. I love y'all. Even the haters, man, I love you. I may not like what you be saying, but I love you anyway. But I love you, and I appreciate you, man. I'm just incredibly thankful that you guys have supported this channel. Like I said, it ain't just money. Like, subscribes, all that stuff. It generates enough virality that the message can get out there. And I think the message that I'm saying ain't just my message. It's like our message. And I really am thankful that you guys have supported me, because I would have given up a long time ago if it wasn't for, you know, you guys constantly saying, Brandon, you know, you're doing God's work. Keep up the good work. You know, have no idea what this channel mean to me. Like, there's times where I wanted to be like, man, I'm sick of this stuff, bro. I'm sick of talking about this stuff. I'm losing sleep over all this politics stuff. Like, I've been doing this for like 3-4 years straight, doing content. I'm sick of it. I want to get out of politics. There's times where I said, man, I'm done with politics. I ain't talking about politics no more. I asked my wife, I said, I'm done, man. I want to do something different. I want to talk about something different. But it's because of people that come on here every day and like, Brandon, we need this channel, man. We appreciate you, man. We love your message, man. People that see me in public like, man, you know, you woke me up, man. I love watching your stuff. And I'm like, bro, I don't care how I feel. I got to keep doing it, because it ain't about me. It's about God using me to do something for somebody else. because I look at this stuff all day and I'm burnt out. But I try to deliver a message to you guys so you can be informed, because if I keep doing it, there's more and more people that'll catch on, more and more people be enlightened, more and more people will learn the truth, and more people will become emboldened to do their own thing. And that's going to exist far after I'm